She was disgusted by my hobbies, so I finally confronted her. Imagine slowly starting to feel embarrassed about the very things that makes you happy. Not because strangers mocked you, not because society judged you, but because the person you're in a relationship reacts with disgust every time you open up about them. That's what started happening in my relationship. My girlfriend hates my interest. Was I wrong to speak up? So here's the problem. I'm 25 male, she's 23 female, and we've been together for a while now. And overall, things have been really good so far. But there was just one thing that kept bothering me. Every time I shared something I genuinely enjoyed, like anime, gaming, or anything remotely related, she would react with this subtle but sharp dismissiveness. Sometimes it was a scoff, sometimes it was a quiet ew, like literally ew, and other times it was just a look. And at first, I kind of brushed it off. I told myself I was just being too sensitive, but the truth is, it really has started chipping away at me. Because when someone reacts that way repeatedly, it doesn't just stay about the hobby. It starts to feel like they are rejecting a part of you. And over time, I kind of noticed something like uncomfortable happening, so I stopped sharing. I kind of hesitated before bringing things up now, and eventually, I filter myself. And that's a dangerous place to be in a relationship. Now, I remember thinking, why do I feel ashamed of something that makes me happy? It's not like I was hurting anyone. So basically, I work remotely, I handle my responsibilities, I'm not neglecting a real life. So why did I feel embarrassed? And that's when it hit me. It wasn't the hobby, it was the reaction. When the person closest to you dismisses something you love, even in small ways, it creates doubt. And doubt turns into silence. And then silence turns into distance. And that distance turns into resentment. I didn't want that. So, of course, I decided to talk to her. So here's the how the conversation went. I didn't sugarcoat it. I just told her directly that her reactions were hurting me. And then I kind of told her that when she says ew or makes dismissive comments about my hobbies, it makes me feel small. I'm not being dramatic when I said it. I wasn't angry as well, just small. And I kind of admitted something vulnerable. And then I told her I was scared that if this continued, it would build into resentment. Because I don't want to be in a relationship where I feel like I have to shrink parts of myself to be accepted. To her credit, she listened. She really listened. She didn't interrupt me. She didn't get defensive. And then she explained something I hadn't fully understood before. So this is what she told me. She told me that in her past, a lot of guys she encountered who were deeply into anime and gaming made her uncomfortable. Some had made misogynistic jokes, which I totally get it, but some treated women poorly as well, and then some behaved in ways that genuinely left a bad impression. And because of that, she kind of built an association in her head in her experience, of course, those hobbies were tied to certain personality traits. Now, so whenever she saw those interests, it kind of triggered her memory. Hearing that changed the tone of the conversation because suddenly it wasn't just about my hobbies. It was about her past experiences shaping her reactions now. And honestly, that's something a lot of people do in relationships. We carry old wounds into new connections. But here's the thing. Here's what we have done to balance the things. But I also told her something really important. I understood where she was coming from, but it kind of felt like it wasn't fair to apply that same judgment to me or to anyone else, of course. She knows me. She knows how I treat her. She knows I don't disrespect women. So, reducing me into a stereotype because of what other people didn't feel right. And I think that's when the conversation became real because it wasn't really confrontational, not explosive, just honest. We were both being honest. And after that, we kind of started really talking about our insecurities and about projection, about how past experiences quietly influence how we respond to each other. And at a certain point, we were both being emotional. And kind of strangely enough, that was like the most connected I had ever felt to her in a very long time. Like, I kind of don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So, after that, fast forward, we kind of like agreed to be more mindful, and then she said that she would work in not reacting dismissively, and I said that I would be patient when something triggers her. It wasn't some dramatic movie moment. It was just like two people, like it's just me and her, acknowledging that we both had things to work on. But yeah, fast forward until today, I mentioned like I have watched an anime while working, and I'll be honest, I was kind of like bracing myself. I kind of half expected the same reaction, but instead, she asked me about it. She asked me if it was something I liked as a kid, and then she asked what it was about. No scuff, no ew, just pure curiosity. It was small, but it really meant a lot to me because change doesn't just usually happen in grand gestures. It happens in subtle shifts, like small details like that. So, what if had a reflection of myself, or what happened is that I'm not being naive. I'm not saying everything is magically fixed. Habits can take time to change, and then associations take time to unlearn. But I kind of see the efforts from her now, and that's what really matters. The effort matters. I've also seen some people question my motives. Some assume that I was only with her because she's attractive. Yes, of course, she's conventionally attractive, but that's not just why I'm with her. She loves fashion. She enjoys nice things. That's how she expresses herself, just like I express myself through hobbies. We all have different outlets, and now, validation for the things you enjoy isn't shallow, it's human. So now, I am paying attention, not in a paranoid way, just in a mindful way, because real growth in relationships isn't about winning arguments. It's about understanding each other better. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this conversation changed something. And sometimes that's enough. So, what do you guys think about the story? Was he right to speak up? Or was he overreacting? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you have any stories, feel free to share them with us and you might be our next guest.